whole basis of society depends on having clean air, clean water, protection from floods and hazards and diseases, having nice landscapes, having a diversity of crops, having a diversity of wildlife. All those things actually underpin society, and they underpin economic growth. So this idea that we could do sustainable development, sustainable economic growth without taking the environment seriously, I think is now recognised to be a mistake. The work that I've done, particularly over the last 20 years or so, has all been about conservation and environmental sustainability. So that's a subject that is of public interest, and it's for the public good. My role has mostly been to work on the science policy interface, to try and interact with policymakers to help them find solutions to these problems. But of course, communicating that to the wider public is absolutely critical. I probably should have done more than I have. I don't regard public communication as my strongest skill, but I've certainly worked with groups of people who do it. And much of the work I did with IUCN, for example, with WWF, they take that side very seriously. And I kind of feel that my role has been helping them to get the story straight that they then take out into the public communication. Valuing nature is about understanding what value it has so that you invest in it properly. So, just in the same way as you might decide that you're going to repair a hole in the roof of your house rather than spend the same amount of money going on a skiing holiday. That's an expression of how much a house that's waterproof and heat-proof is worth to you. And whereas the skiing holiday is just money gets spent and it's gone. So the house is a sort of analogy for the environment. That's the thing that we need to sustain. If we go on treating the environment as if it has no value, then people continue to trash it, and we won't get the investment in it that's needed to secure its benefits for people. So that's sort of what the natural capital argument is about. It's saying it's an asset. And I know people don't like using this economics language, but I think it brings it into the real world of decision-making at the highest level. Where are we going to invest? Are we going to invest in built infrastructure, roads and railways and dams and airplanes? Or are we going to invest in maintaining the natural capital infrastructure, nature itself, for all the things that it does for us? I regard myself as very lucky to have had a career as a scientist. I mean, it has its hard times and its obstacles and setbacks, but it's a real privilege to be a practicing research scientist. You get to find out things about the world, be the first person to know some things about the world. But beyond that, the world needs the widest variety of people doing science. We're not going to make the breakthroughs that we need to solve environmental problems if it's a narrow set of particular kinds of academic success that lead people into scientific careers. And that's something that I've learnt through observing successful scientists in many different settings.